I didn't come this far to only come this far. I hear some people saying things like, when I make it, when I get to the top. I'll keep working hard until I get to the top, until I reach my goal. Let me tell you something. There's no end. Winners never stop. If you reach your goal, set a bigger goal. If you get to the top of the mountain, find a bigger mountain.
All right, so what you just watched is me installing riv nuts. So a riv nut, in case you don't know, is this little doodad here. Notice how the top section near my index finger is smooth, and then you have a knurled section. So you install this on the threaded section of this, screw it all the way down, and then, so it's got threads, you screw it onto the proper fitting, and then you put it through an appropriately sized hole, and you squeeze. And when you squeeze, it'll squish this knurled section. The threads are in the smooth section, which doesn't get squished, just the knurled section. And that will sandwich in the material, and that's what gives you somewhere to screw your bolts into. This is much better, especially if you're using it for grounding, than self-tappers and stuff like that. It's a lot cleaner look too. I don't have hardware here, I don't believe, for this size, but I'll pick some up on the way home and I'll install everything back in tomorrow. But we're using M5, so I will take a couple of these with me to the store to buy the proper hardware. But we're using M5, mostly because I didn't want to have like a massive piece of hardware. It'll have a big washer to it, but I didn't want to have a big piece of hardware. And it'll screw in all these places, including the fender that you saw. All those places will get secured, and then it will be able to bolt on. The whole bumper is going to get bolted on. This had those annoying little plastic tabbies, these things. They all broke and they all suck. So in the factory locations where there's holes for the tabbies, I'm going to also install riv nuts so that I can use that to utilize bolts as well. That way the whole bumper section, bumper cover, can go on with the nose piece all at once, or in sections, however I deem to do it. It'll probably be in sections. So the white piece will go on first and then the nose cone. But it comes off as one and it can be moved around. And I'm not worried about it ripping and tearing, or God forbid a bolt comes loose, I'm not running over a self-tapper. That would be bad. So like I said, so you put this in here, make sure it's nice and flush, squeeze. One thing that I always do is give it a couple more turns and squeeze again. Oh, so I actually ruined that one. You can see here. So see how it's squished? Yep, I ruined that one. Hopefully that hole's not ruined, because that would not be fun for me. This does happen. Not often, but it happens. So just be careful what you're doing, pay attention. I may have actually drilled that hole a little big, which could potentially be my problem. Looking at where it tried to grab. Okay. There we go. Ta-da! So now, if I had an M5 screw, which I don't think I do. Here, hold on. Yeah, so like I thought, I don't have an M5 screw here, but you can see along the bumper, all the shiny gold spots is where we put our riv nuts. I'm actually gonna throw a couple of these in the car so I don't forget. So otherwise, there's a 98% chance I will. I'm human. But yeah, so that's how you install riv nuts, so that you don't have your stuff self-tappered together, looking like you built it in your backyard, because you built it in your backyard. That tool's not very expensive. This is a Harbor Freight tool, Harbor Freight kit. You can also get additional inserts and tooling on Amazon. So So if you need a size and you don't have it, you can just go buy these kits. They're not super expensive. I think I have like $60 or $70 into 2 kits, plus the tool, which comes with a bunch of inserts as well. I just use this stuff a lot, so I bought more. But yeah, so that's how we install riv nuts, in case you never have.